Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce my name. I'm Rodney Paderes, BSF 1B student, and my report is all about a case study on globalization. Activity 1, a case study. Complete the following exercise by reading the short passage about the brief history of Coca-Cola Company and fill in the blanks. So, the Coca-Cola Company was founded in the United States. The company was the Coca-Cola Company was founded in the United States in 1886. The company set up bottling plants in Canada in 1906, and in 1928 it introduced the soft drink Coca-Cola at the Olympic Games, which were held in Amsterdam. So sa Amsterdam siya na-held. And in the 1940s, the company began to set up bottling plants in countries around the world. Coca-Cola is the popular because it has been advertised as a brand of soft drink connected with fun, friends, promoted by a 1971 commercial where a group of young people from all over the world gathered on a hilltop in Italy to sing I'd like to buy the world a Coke. In 1978, the Coca-Cola Company was selected as the only non-Chinese company allowed to sell packaged cold drinks in the People's Republic of China. Today, the company produces nearly 400 brands in over 200 countries. More than 70% brands, more than 70% of the company's income comes from outside the United States. Coca-Cola is an extraordinarily successful example of multinationalization of the Coca-Cola Company is also often used as an example to illustrate the concept of economic. So, fill in the blanks. Example to illustrate the concept of economic globalization. And now we're in the fill in the blanks. In 1886, the company was founded in the USA in 1886. 1906, it is set up bottling plants in Canada. In 1928, the soft drink Coca-Cola was introduced at the Olympic Games held in Amsterdam. In 1978, the company was allowed to sell its soft drinks in the People's Republic of China. On to the it produces nearly 400 brands of soft drinks in over 200 countries. Questions to think about. Number 1. What is globalization? Number 2. What are the driving forces behind globalization? And for the last is number 3. In what ways globalization affect the world? And now let's continue. Questions to think about. 1. What is globalization? Our answer for globalization is a growth of multinational companies with a global presence in many different economies. Growth of global trading for blocks which have reduced national barriers, e.g. European Union NAFTA Asian reduced tariff barriers, which encourage global trade. Often this has occurred through the support of the WTO. Also, improved transport making global travel easier. For example, there has been a rapid growth in air travel, enabling greater movement of people and goods across the globe. And improved technology, which makes it easier to communicate and share information around the world. E.g. internet, for example, to work on improvements on this website. I will go to a global online community like elance.com. And lastly, containerization. 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 From 1970, there was a rapid adoption of the steel transport container. This reduced the cost of intermodal transport, making trade cheaper and more efficient. And for question number 2, what are the driving forces behind globalization? Our answer is the driving forces behind the process of globalization is an ongoing process driven by a combination of political, economic, technological, and socio-cultural forces. Also, the key driving forces of globalization includes economic, political, and technological factors. Establishment of into emergence and growth of regional decline in trade barriers. Decline in investment barriers. Technological changes increase in FDI and growth of MNCs. And for question number 3, in what ways globalization affects the world? And our answer is globalization affects the world in many instances. Quality of life has been improved for those who live in developing nations. For many developing nations, globalization has led to an improvement in the standard of living through improved roads and transportation, improved healthcare, and improved education due to the global expansion of corporations. And also, here are some major effects of globalization at the same time. Global economic growth and industrial productivity are both the driving force and major consequences of globalization. They have been environmental consequences as they contribute to the depletion of natural resources, deforestation, and the destruction of ecosystems and loss of biodiversity. And that's all. Thank you.